Do you notice anything unusual?
No, sorry.
Well, at first I thought this was just a fault in the film. It's a strange coincidence. Then it happened again. Interesting, don't you think?
All during the picture, there was strange things happening. And it was an aura of not being welcomed. I mean, the devil was really, I really sincerely believe that the devil didn't want the picture to be made.
If we had been making a comedy, you would have recalled all the funny, great, ridiculous, silly moments that happened in that film. If you were doing a love story, you'd remember all the times somebody left their wife, no one fell in love, and the grand dead body. You're doing the Omen, anything that happens on that film. You don't tell about the jokes, you don't tell about the love stories, you don't even think about it, but you think about anything that coincidentally could have been something to do with the Omen. So we had lots of them.
There were all kinds of incidents during the shooting of this film, and the newspapers thought we made them up.
Peck's plane was coming over, a TWA flight that was a direct flight from LA, everybody was always on, it got hit by lightning. 3 days later, David Seltzer was on the same flight, his plane was hit by lightning. I was being let out of my car by Harvey Bernhard, out of his car to go into my house, and some guy came along and whammoed the door, slammed me in between the two, and miraculously I didn't lose a leg or anything.
We were in the midst of the IRA bombing all over London, and we had reservations at a restaurant an hour before. Scott's, it was blown up. The Green Park subway station was blown up as we were walking toward it.
We chartered an airplane, a Hawker Siddeley. We had no money. We were going to shoot with it on the ground at this small airport. We got a call from the people and said, listen, we have a full charter that day that if you let us charter out, we'll give you the plane for practically nothing. Well, sure, go ahead and use it. That day they used it. And they took off. The plane hit a flock of birds. The engines quit. They lost airspeed, crashed on to the end of the runway, went down into the street, hit a car and killed everybody in the car. In the car were the wife and 2 children of the pilot. True story. Every newspaper has it and everything else. The Omen. The Omen. I mean, it could have happened to us. If we had been shooting that day, maybe it would have been us.
We had an emergency landing in Newfoundland, and we were carrying the negative. And I said, I don't think we're going to get back.
We shot at the Windsor Wild Safari Park. We shot a sequence with lions that never made the screen. The day we left the lion compound to go into the baboon section, the guard was in his little booth, I guess left his door open. 2 lions came in, attacked him, and killed him. That day.
John Richardson was on a bridge too far in Belgium. He was our special effects man. He had a beautiful girlfriend. He was driving and had a head-on accident and beheaded this girl. And John is the one that he had invented the beheading of our picture. And so his girl was beheaded, and then he woke up and he saw Liège, 6.6 kilometers. That was frightening.
We had all these things happen. Are they omens? Because is there something bigger? I say no, it's just incredible coincidence. There are those that would like to think about it and that it's something more. And when the publicity department and Fox got their hands on it, we all said, yes, it's the Omen because we're selling our movie.
I must admit that at first I thought, well, this is a really exciting idea, but I really don't believe in the devil. Even though I'm a Christian, I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe my salvation depends on believing in the devil. I think it depends on believing in Jesus Christ. And I told that to a famous theologian I was having dinner with one night, and he said, look, he says, if you guys go ahead and make this movie, before you are done, you will believe the devil exists. And he was absolutely right, because as I'm sure the other fellows have told you, so many bizarre things happen. It's almost as if somebody didn't want this picture to be made, because the number one lie of the devil is that he doesn't exist.
Did evil win? If you believe, yes. Did we have a lot of problems with a lot of religious nuts who said you can't have evil win over good because it's the devil? Yes, we had that. But if you have those that believe the material, as I did, that this was just a lost little child who was adopted in a hospital, and that Gregory Peck had to be totally insane at that last moment of his life, or how else could he drive a knife into a child? It had to be. Then if you had that attitude, then the child lived. And but did evil win over good? That's your choice.